We want to speak to the whole world. Who are we? Who are we?
By the time Ayman al-Zawahiri burst onto the world scene after the assassination of Egyptian President Anwar Sadat, he was already a terrorist, committed to turning Egypt into a fundamentalist Islamic state. The young doctor came from one of Egypt's leading families. There is even an al-Zawahiri street in Cairo named after his grandfather. His uncle described him as pious.
He was known that he is a good Muslim who is keen to pray at time in the mosque and to read and to think and to have his own decisions.
Al-Zawahiri spent 3 years in prison after Sadat's assassination. After he got out, he made his way to Pakistan, where he used his medical skills to treat those fighting the Soviet occupation of Afghanistan. That's where he met Osama bin Laden, and they found a common cause. He talked about it a decade later.
We are working with Brother bin Laden. We know him since more than 10 years. We have fought with him here in Afghanistan, and we are working with him in Sudan and in many other places.
Al-Zawahiri was many places in the early 1990s, even, it's believed, visiting California on a false passport. His group attacked Egyptian embassies and tried to kill Egyptian politicians. Eventually, Al-Zawahiri folded his group into Al-Qaeda.
Zawahiri pretty much led the group. He did the strategic policy of what Al-Qaeda's agenda was. Certainly bin Laden gave his authority and blessings to it, but al-Zawahiri called the shots.
Al-Zawahiri was at bin Laden's side when he declared war on America in May 1998. Weeks later, they launched an attack on US embassies in Africa and then gloated after they escaped a US cruise missile attack launched in retaliation. After the 9/11 attacks, Al-Zawahiri began to become the voice of Al-Qaeda, taunting the US.
American people, you must ask yourselves, why all this hate against America?
After the US invasion of Afghanistan, bin Laden and Al-Zawahiri were on the run, sometimes together, more often apart. His wife and daughters were killed in a US airstrike aimed at him. But he continued to issue messages on subjects ranging from the war in Iraq to the London subway attacks in 2005. And while he was always the likely choice to succeed Osama bin Laden, it took the organisation several weeks to announce his promotion.
Zawahiri is not charismatic. He was not involved in the fight earlier on in Afghanistan. And I think he has a lot of detractors within the organization. And I think you're going to see them start eating themselves from within more and more.
Without bin Laden, Al-Qaeda can never be the same.
It's an idea personified by Osama bin Laden. He was this charismatic figure. To join Al-Qaeda, you pledged a personal oath to him. People went and died, not for Ayman Zawahiri or Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, but for Osama bin Laden.
Terror experts say that to jihadists worldwide, Al-Qaeda still has great appeal as an inspiration.